What does it mean to be shatterproof? That's my question. And I've thought a lot about this. What does it mean to be shatterproof? And I think the conclusion that I'm coming to is that shatterproof is who you are, and it's proven when tough things happen to you. I think that you can get 80% of the way shatterproof through discipline and working on your character, humility. I think you get 80% of the way there. And by shatterproof, I mean that everything makes you better. You're bent by what happens to you, but you're not broken. It makes you better. It's the law of elasticity. Like when you draw back a bow, the further you pull it back, as far as the bow can handle, the further you pull it back, the faster the arrow is going to go. And that's what happens when life puts pressure on us. Most of us see circumstances when they're bad as a bad thing, but there's such a thing as a desirable difficulty. And so I think we can get 80% of the way there with desiring difficulties, with, okay, I'm just going to work through it, I'm going to grind. But that last 20%, I think you can't just make it happen. And I had a dream a couple days ago, and in my dream there was this person, and I asked him in my dream, I said, what's the secret to being shatterproof? And he said the secret to being shatterproof is music. And like you, I was like, what are we talking about? Like, what do we mean? Music is the secret to being shatterproof. And I've thought about this a lot and prayed about it. And I think this is the conclusion that I've come to. That I'll give an analogy to show my point. That you're driving your car. You've got something playing on the radio, and you get in a wreck. Now, the wreck wasn't bad enough to kill you, and it wasn't bad enough to turn off the radio. So the radio's still playing. The question is, what is the song that's going to be playing after you got in the wreck? And the answer is, it's the same song that was playing before you got in the wreck. And I think that's what it means, that the secret to being shatterproof is music. It's that every person has a song to their life. Every person has music that comes off of them. It's their aroma. It's the feeling you get when you're around them. And some of them you're like, I would like to listen to that song again. Like, that was beautiful, or that was inspiring, or that one made me think. And some of them are like, I never want to hear that song again. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't fit. And so what I believe the secret to being shatterproof is, or at least getting that last 20%, is what's the song of your life? What's the music that plays? What's the feeling people get when you're around them? And I think the key to answering that question is two things. One, what do you find your identity in? If you find your identity in something that can be shaken by circumstances, then your music is going to be shaken by circumstances. And number two is where your mind goes when you can think about anything. When you have space, time, you're driving your car, where does your mind go? And I think that doesn't determine the music of your life. I think it shows you what the music of your life is. Your music is going to be what you're always thinking about, what you're constantly coming back to. And then the proof is when life gets tough. It doesn't mean that it's fun or easy, but the proof is when life gets tough, how do you respond? And after that time, you don't get stronger in that time. You get weaker in that time, the tough time. You get weaker, and after that time, do you get stronger? That's the proof. Stay shatterproof.